Yay!
Welcome,
Yay!
everyone. Welcome to the OMG Live Sound Edition. I am Melody Santa. Happy Wednesday, people. Happy hump day.
Happy
Wishing you all
Wednesday!
the best and bringing positive vibes from the city. Sam, the Martin, the last Friday today. That's what I love about.
Yeah.
Richard, how are you?
I am fine. I'm Richard Young, coming to you from the beautiful, beautiful valley, very tranquil valley of Maracas to Joseph. I'm feeling all the blessings that surround us at this time.
And today we are joined by three lovely ladies. Ladies to Salazar.
Hi, Cecilia Salazar here. I'm in beautiful Pitt Valley. As Penny says, it's very quiet. And I want to say a happy birthday to Isabella, my firstborn daughter. Today is her birthday. Yay!
Happy birthday!
Oh, she's 26. 26
Okay.
years old today. And I made
Hi,
cupcakes,
happy
lots
birthday.
of them. You seeing them?
Hi, Camille.
Hi,
Cecilia.
Hi! I miss you guys. I wasn't here for the last 2 days, but following you all. But coming from the beautiful valley of Maracas Valley, St. Joseph, neighbors to Richard. So happy to be here.
Oh, okay. And hi guys,
How you doing?
from Labre, because where else will I be? It's the greatest place in the world.
Go there.
And all those around the world, all
Together, sharing and building a community. Coming together. Nice. That's what we do it.
we'll be
Juicy.
playing games, listening to music. To help you pass your day at home.
Yep.
Get there, Stephen Dubai in our man. Stephen!
Hi,
Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Yeah,
People, please share this live feed. Share it on your timeline now. Select notify so you know the next time we are on. Do it now. Share. We want all over the world. We want this all over the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today we started our show with a special feature from Dominique Grant, a video sent us from our friend and supporter Roma Spencer in Toronto, Canada.
Hey.
Hey, Roma!
Roma.
Thanks, Roma!
Dominique was born in Toronto and she has Jamaican parents and has some significant achievements as an entertainer in Canada. Recently, she decided to make a contribution to easing the pain of people stuck at home because of this COVID-19. She got on a bicycle cart, got a loud streets. Let's take a look.
Oh.
My city feels like a ghost town, and all my checks are late. This lockdown's really got me thinking, is this the end or a new beginning? But the sun is still shining for us. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. We've got dreams and we still got a touch. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. We're gonna make it to the other side of this storm. The clouds will clear in the morning for sunshine. Just gotta hold on until we see the sun. Good night.
And it's just a special reminder to stay stay home and to stay inside, but to spread a lot of joy with your neighbors.
Well done.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Roma.
Wow.
Thanks, Roma.
Yeah,
She's
imagine
on
somebody
looking right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
you,
for
Roma.
sharing.
Wonderful. I love her fun. During
we can have
yesterday's
a
show, we had
too,
some
man.
She looking.
I said we can have.
We have some very important.
Mine looking on. So.
We have some very important Facebook viewers.
Yeah, VIP is very important point. First, I have Melissa Roberts from quarantine.
Bruce. My thoughts especially extended to those in potentially abusive situations. The psychological effects of that situation.
Hi, Richard. He's looking on right now. Richard is on. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Yeah. Cambridge Delpech, if Carnival 2020 played by calendar, any projects to come and play Mass with Richard and Nicole with K2K. Thank you.
We all have plans, real plans. I cannot even believe it. But before live COVID-19 updates.
First, let's take a look at the latest World Health Organization figures.
Infections has crossed the 2 million mark. The death by about 8,000 deaths. So that is a slowing down to 128,078 deaths. The recovery has gone from over 460 to 492,000. Remember, these figures change by the minute. So this is our most recent snapshot.
And in Trinidad and Tobago, we are at 114 positive COVID-19 cases. We've been talking about more tests.
While Americans hope the country will be reopened, leaders are calling for widespread antibody tests to fight the coronavirus. The blood test may be virus is now immune to it. So this could help determine who can safely resume a normal life. But questions still remain over whether this test can accurately determine immunity and how long that immunity lasts. Our senior medical correspondent, that's Dr. Tara Narula, shows us how this test works.
If we were able to quickly test people's antibodies and show that the antibody keeps the virus away, we can start getting people back to work.
Dr. Matthew Sims is the Director of Infectious Disease Research at Beaumont Health in Michigan. Through a few drops of blood, the test can determine if someone has built up antibodies to fight off the virus, to prevent reinfection. But it remains unclear how long that immunity will last. Dr. Mike Ryan is the executive director of the World Health Organization's emergency programs.
One would expect that a person who is antibodies should have protection for a period of time. We just don't know what that period of time is.
Beaumont Hospital nurse Zina Kassab is getting tested even though she hasn't had any symptoms. She says wide-scale testing is important to understand the scope of this pandemic.
I have young children. I have people in my life that are over the age of 65 with comorbidities as well. And I want to know that if I've been exposed, what I can do to continue to protect my family and to continue to serve our community.
The country, but with little federal oversight, accuracy is a concern. The FDA has only officially approved one test.
How accurate is the test that you have now?
You know, we believe it's in the high 90s. You know, no test is perfect. You're always going to have some false negatives. You're always going to have some false positives.
Do you think that antibody tests can give a false sense of security?
Anything can give a false sense of security. We still would recommend taking reasonable precautions, even if you have immunity.
Tara, everybody I know is raising their hand saying, test me, please. Do you have any sense of when this test will be widely available to everybody?
Unfortunately, Gail, we don't know when it will be widely available, and it really comes down to two things. One is how rapidly and efficiently we can scale up production of these tests. But more important is how accurate are these tests, and we need to validate that. What we don't want to do is have tests out there that are telling people they're negative when they're positive and they're positive when they're negative. That would be a big problem. The other factors that we need to figure out, and time will tell us this, is really how protected are you with the antibody? So just because you have a positive antibody test, does that offer you a strong level of protection, and how long will you be immune for? Ultimately, this is a good thing. The antibody tests are going to tell us how widespread the pandemic is. They'll help us reopen our economy, provide that bridge.
Okay. There was something interesting in the US today where a test is actually recently created where they're using just saliva. And that is really, really good, because I don't know if you all know about how this test was done with a swab down the nostril. I mean, it was really, really uncomfortable, painful. But now they've discovered a test where you can use saliva and you can get the results in 24 hours or 48 hours, something like that. So that's great news.
Well, yeah. We are very far behind. We are very tests. I mean, we still have the tests that came in from the Chinese government, but we do have the extraction kits for them. So, you know, we still have a long way to go in testing. So we have to get.
Anyway, there you have it, people. Our latest OMG Live COVID-19 update. So, guys, do you have any other thoughts on that? I mean, yes, we all agree we need testing. Our viewers out there have anything to say on it?
People are just kind of logging on and saying hello. Yeah, we just want to say hello to a few people online. Wayne Harewood. Wayne recently lost his wife in the Bronx there as well. So, but he's on looking. Jeffrey Jade Woodruff, Lisa Williams, Dave Herbert. Of course, our girl Verna St. Rose, Bernadette Edmond, Greg Cave, Roma Spencer, of course, we love you, Roma, we love you, Richard Raghubar Singh. Raghu, you're cooking? Paigey Page, Simone Donalan, Correga Mandela in the house, all your network rhythm.
Hello, Correga.
And Carol, Correga and Carol, Priya Gomes. Joanne Coggin Molino, Paigey Page, Rachel Young. Rachel Young. This is the first time I'm actually seeing Rachel Young on my feed. Rachel, I wasn't seeing you popping up on my feed. Wow. This is the first day I'm seeing her, Natasha Thomas. Yeah, go ahead.
I have some bonnet. Trevor Jugmohan. Yes, and we have Christian Phillip, Genevieve Van Rieken, Carleen Williams. So some of them are regulars, some are new.
Behalf of all of us.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
So let's move along. We are moving to Richard Raghubar Singh's favorite section. Meanwhile,
what's that?
TikTok.
In our first video today, these three Caucasian boys from Atlanta decided to impress their black friends with their best Destiny's Child rendition of Bootylicious. It sounds like a mess already. Let's see how this goes. Run the clip.
2, 3. Come on, man. Can you handle this? Matt, can you handle this? I don't think they can handle this. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this. 'Cause my body's too bootylicious. Oh, baby.
Oh,
They got the approval.
that was fabulous.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
A different version of Bootylicious.
Yeah. And they got their approval from a fuller figure black guy. The next video says what I feel many of us are feeling as we wait for the world to get back to what it was.
Touch people, drink with people, and have the best life ever.
It's you too, Tracy.
That is so true.
No.
We can relate. We could relate. We could relate. We could relate to
Well, I
that.
am all for a woman who is confident in her skin. And I know that a confident woman is a sexy woman. But this lady takes the confidence a whole other level. All is yours, girl. All is yours.
And the tag is still on.
I applaud her. I applaud her for her. Oh my God.
People are so
That
brave
was
with
how-
TikTok.
Yes. That was how TikTok people are passing the time. Let's jump into what's trending today.
Cecilia is still laughing.
Yeah, I can't even share the joke right now.
Oh.
Okay, continue.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
not the
good.
joke of the
What
picture.
can
Yeah,
we
it's so
do?
funny. Ah,
What's
What we
trending?
want to talk about.
Camille?
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about it because a lot of education there. So I kind of had to really dig deep, understand what was being said, and I wanted to share it with all of you all, and also to, of course, to the audience listening, and also to get some feedback. So when I broke down the information, first of all, there was much information. So I think people waited quite a while and then was expecting, you know, that there would be all this information. There wasn't actually that much. Basically, what the ministry is saying, and I'll try to kind of break it down into a few lines that I took note of. What, 6 months and our children will be home. That's one of the fears. And it's a real fear. I don't want it to sound like, you know, parents are terrible and horrible, but it is a fear. It's like, how am I going to do this? Having my kids home with me and having to kind of have a responsibility for their education for the next 6 months. So there's some anxieties there. So that 6 months is an issue. The basic information that came out of the Ministry of Education is that the third school term of this academic year will be abolished. That's the first thing. The government is looking to start term 3 from September 1st to December 14 to do SCA, CSEC, and KEEP. This is a drastic change to normality. As we know, there will be no longer normality, right? That's out the window. But this is a big change. All students will remain in school in respective classes for third term from September to December. So which means that the students, this is my understanding of it, the students who are in school now to do all of these exams will now have to be in school then. The new academic year will start January 1st, with the 3 terms being contracted to 2 terms. Teachers are being asked to look at syllabus and compress work for 2 terms. So it's also impacting on teachers. So my breakdown on this, and I'd love to hear your feedback for this, is that my understanding is that students obviously will have some anxieties. Teachers will have a lot of anxieties, right? And parents will have a lot of anxiety. So how are we going to do this? I've been kind of searching through Facebook, social media, gathering data, gathering information to see what kind of responses we're getting. And from teachers, I'm picking that anxiety is to do with their own understanding of technology, right? So there must be some sort of retraining. Not all teachers. Could you imagine a teacher who's been teaching 40 years, 30 years in the school system, and now you're saying go online? Could you just imagine that? They are also asking teachers to create content. Okay, this is lovely. We need to do that. But teachers, if they are going to create content, they need, I think, to be paid for that job that they're doing, because it is also an additional task you are asking teachers to do. And what it will do, it will incentivize teachers to as parents. The 6 months, I saw that came up quite a bit. The 6 months being home with the kids and having to figure out how does this education thing, how it's going to work, that is an anxiety. The lack of information is an anxiety. What is going to happen with SBAs, right? Because you all know with SBAs, the parents change. Old school, digitize it, figure out a system, right? And their children, you know, they've had to, I've seen somewhere they said they had to literally sit down and apologize to their children and say, you know, I'm so sorry, I snapped at you. All of these things are happening in the school, at the home. So my question to the team is, I looked at the ministry platform, which is, those who want to take note of it, it's called learn.moe.gov.tt, and I kind of checked it out. It is very much for teachers.
Then was that logging on an easy process? Because I heard a lot of parents fail to get onto that platform. I mean, yesterday the guy from the Ministry of Education was on now, and I heard that it took forever for some people to get on, and some people still didn't get on.
Didn't get on.
And I did it because I wanted to test it out before I come on the show today. I found it pretty easy, but then again, my background is digital media, okay? So I have figured it out easy. but I felt that
we back to
the challenge. The challenge, and I'll finish up quickly now. The challenge was that when I so even that and all was a little bit of an issue. What I found was that they need to have some kind of link for parents in there, right? Because they have students, they have teachers, and there's nothing for parents. So they need to add parents in there. What I also found was that a lot of the information for the teachers were PDFs, written documents, lots. Understand you. So you have people who understand things, including parents and teachers, who learn and understand things in different ways. You cannot throw a bunch of PDFs onto the platform and expect people to learn from it. So in conclusion, what I would like to say is that the ministry did a relatively okay job of jumping on digital in a quick time. Very empty. There is some information that is worthwhile when I dig a bit deeper, but I had to really dig a bit deeper to find it. It means don't have that kind of, you know, and not technology driven, could easily get there. But overall, it was a pretty good attempt, but more information needed.
Well, we go to Penny's point about what about the people who do not have the laptops or don't have the data? Y'all, this is, you know, everybody in my house sharing this one, and they all have to come off so I can do OMG. Netflix, and that's how it is by me. At least I have one.
Yeah, but what about those that can't even log on? I mean, what provisions are going to be made for those people? On a whole, sometimes to get anything done in the ministry is like so time consuming, and you know, you leave there irritable sometimes, but now we'll add the computer and the internet. I am just wary of all those.
That is the challenge.
Yeah, boy.
That is the challenge that I think we are facing. Yes, Bonnet.
My thing about it is, I don't know. I'm processing this entire situation and looking at all different sides. I'm a parent as well. My son is 6. He's at home. He has the privilege of having access to a computer and whatnot. But I'm just thinking in terms of the fact that I don't. I'm of the belief that this thing is a work in progress, and we're not going to get everything right, not even in the next 3 months. And we may want to wonder if our children have that time. But the fact of the matter is, I think it's just you're just kind of coming up with ideas on the go right now. So it's a scary, scary, scary time. I don't know. Maybe we have to have a little more patience. I don't know.
I just want to add, if I could add, this we have to look at this challenge really as an opportunity, because we should have been going this way 10 years ago. We are 10 years late, right? So unfortunately, it took a disaster to make the Ministry of Education parents. Young children, our teens need to become 21st century students, right? Because at the moment we have 20th century teachers teaching our 21st century students, and that has to change. And the only way it will change is if you kind of force it down. Is having to deal with, right? So it has to kind of, in a way, be forced down our throat. And I agree with time. And as I said, I think the Ministry of Education is trying. They're really trying, but there's so much more they need to do.
Yeah. Bonnet, do you have any words from any of our people? Our social.
We have a few people online saying, Camille, that they are agreeing with saying they understand. Just create content all the time. So it's either are they asking them to create content or to format the content to fit this new medium? I don't know if they're asking if it's creation of content versus redefining how the content is presented. I'm not sure. Yes, Pamela is saying you are making a lot of sense. Carol Prince Mandela says, "Oh gosh, Ollie, this is
yeah."
Roma Spencer says she doesn't believe that teachers should be paid extra for creating content. They are already not going to a physical school to teach. So let them continue to work as a teacher doing the content. In addition to this, we have a national TV station which should be used as part of the homeschooling process."
Agreed.
Point.
But
Look
we
at
all,
some lessons on TV. They have them.
We all agree
I was just going
that,
to say
I mean, that
something.
Go ahead, Rich. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I was just giving some shout outs to some new people. Nigel Friday, some people we haven't called before, Nigel Campbell, well, Daniel Diffentala is there, Ashley Dior, Aloy Johnson, Patricia Batiste, Melissa Roberts, Nigel Celestin. Thanks for joining us on OMG Live, the Quarantine Edition. So we're moving along.
People, I just want to remind our audience, you too can send us your thoughts and your emails and your video clips and your voice notes to info@omgtt.com with your name and contact info. Please send it. Clip, we got a clip yesterday from one of our viewers. Natasha Thompson, she goes by Sweet Trini. And this clip shows some Latino linemen at a bar. But they found a very ingenious way to keep 6 feet apart. Thank you very much, Natasha. People, take a look at this.
Não pode mandar contato, né, pessoal? Ninguém pode mandar o contato. Vamos beber, mas vamos beber assim, ó, longe.
Nobody wearing masks.
There was a mask and a cover.
Very well done. So that was our trending topic, the Ministry of Education and their challenges and their venturing to make this all work for everybody. Thank you, Camille, for that, for your insight and your info. Now, people, we lightening a little bit. We lightening a little bit.
Yep.
We lightening. Guess what time it is? It's time for Let's Play That Game!
This game is for our online audience preferably. So guys, you putting on your thinking cap. Today we have some music videos to test you. We'll play a clip from a newish video and you will have to tell us the name of the song and the singer. If you get the answer right, you can ask any one of us a question. But if you don't, we all going to learn something new today.
Okay, people.
Nice.
Anybody could guess? Anybody?
I have no idea.
It looks like in Laventille.
It looks like it's in Laventille.
He sounds familiar too.
He does, He
Sounds
does.
familiar.
I have no clue. I
don't know if anybody will get that. Nobody.
It's done in the barrios in South America. Nigel Campbell said something.
He said something.
Bonnet.
He says, that is Michael Jackson's nephew. Taj, I think his name is. What's the name of the song, Nige? Well, at least I guess it's Michael Jackson's nephew. I had no clue.
Yeah, well, that's very good, boy.
That's close, yes.
Well, good. Yeah.
Give him that.
It sounds like him. It looks like him.
His name is
Jaffa Jackson.
Tell them, Penny.
His name is Jaffa Jackson. And the name of the song is Got Me Singing. And yes, that is the nephew of Michael and Janet Jackson.
And the son of who?
Really good.
Son of who?
Jermaine.
Question. Yep, let's go.
Good.
You know how we do. It's another one. I saw you walking down on Melrose. You look like an angel straight out of heaven, girl.
Anybody out there?
We're Stephen getting this at a
Not my demographic.
That all kind of.
I'm sure one of the Nigels, one of the Nigels will get it. One of the Nigels. Come on.
It's not only young people. Guess the name of that song.
And who?
Yes, it was inside. That's 2 years ago. Okay, while they're trying to guess the name of that song, we're gonna move on to the.
Look, everybody know I flirt, flirt, flirt. He just wanna see me twerk, twerk, twerk. Yeah, I'm on the cover of Essence. I got $1 billion press.
I'm looking for a lady that can be the baby mama to my 10 kids.
Human hip hop, fabulous.
Guess the name and the name of the song.
Richard Raghubasing.
Got which one?
Got what?
He got the song from 2018. The date wrong, but
What
he
is
gets it.
Richard? Why is
of the-
Richard Raghubasing in our online audience guessing thing? Why is he guessing anything?
Exactly.
He want to prove how young he is. How young he is.
What he said, Richard? Oh. Yeah.
So I think that's not
And the name of
youth,
the
and I
song.
was fabulous.
Yeah, that's correct, Bobby V. Slow down.
Bobby
Slow
V.
down. The name of the song is Slow Down.
So is Richard
If
going to ask us a
Raghubasing
question?
Anybody, well, let me see if he's asking a question. The
And
third
about the
one.
first person.
Anybody get
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah.
Correct. Come out.
Come and get your baby daddy.
What's the name of the song? What's the name of the song?
Come and get your baby.
That's the name of
Come and get your baby daddy. That's the name of the song.
Okay.
Anybody?
Is that come out?
So we have
Joseph?
3 questions.
All right, so and the person who said Tiffany Haddish, or we giving the person who said come for your baby daddy?
Oh, I thought it was the same person. Oops.
It's not the same person.
Well, we'll give
Somebody
them
said
2
come for your baby
questions
daddy.
each, and
Yeah, let them
Is it the
get
answer come for your baby daddy?
Yes. Who does
the,
name that
and
song?
the name
that?
is yes, Come and Get Your Baby Daddy is the name of the song.
Love it.
what I
John
think we should
Williams
do
is
is
on the
let
live asking.
Let all of them ask a question.
All right, Chantal, you get to
Except
ask a question,
Richard.
and
Come
Kamala, you
on.
get to ask a question. The only person who not asking
Except
a question here this
Richard.
evening.
Exactly.
You know all the answers. You know all the answers.
Exactly.
So
You know us like a book.
So we waiting on the questions from Nigel Campbell, Kamar Romano, and Chantal Sandiford. Okay.
Okay, so while we
can move
wait,
on.
While we wait, let's check out our next segment. OMG.
Some epic productions. On April 30th, they will be releasing the thriller called Dangerous Lives. Let's take a look.
Ooh.
Leonard.
Thank you, Katie. I couldn't get along without you. My new caretaker, companion,
And friend. Leonard?
How long did you work for Mr. Wellesley?
About 4.5 months.
And you worked here too, Mr. Kettner?
Just a couple weeks.
We're married. Everything to you.
You folks going somewhere?
We're moving into Leonard's house.
Well, you're a very lucky woman.
You have to be careful.
Don't you think it's time for us to treat ourselves?
Hi, sorry to bother you. My name is Mickey.
Real estate agent.
Are you the owner?
This house isn't for sale.
Kinda had the feeling we're being followed. Shh, don't move. Someone's in the house.
We don't need any of this.
This house belongs to us now. I'm not gonna let anybody take that away from us.
I'm calling the police.
No!
These things, you never know how it can change someone. I would never hurt Leonard. I know none of this is you.
Now the wait is over. Now the wait.
My house big and
I'm
my house
having
big
a
and
little
roll on.
problem.
If I could find someone.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me, but I can't see the questions. So somebody else will have to check for me. Somebody else will have to check and see what's going on with the questions because I can't see it all of a sudden.
No
Yes,
questions
they
yet,
download
but let me just
internet.
shout out to Christine Johnson, Dominic LaRoche, Dion McNichol, Stevenson, Abigail Habib. Yeah,
Hi,
we have
Abigail,
some people out
Christine, Dion, sisters in the
But we moving
house.
on here because we are a show like that.
Yeah.
We move, we keep moving,
Yes.
keep moving. Okay, let's move
Yeah.
into our next segment. I was thinking.
So, ladies, what has happened? What have you been thinking? Because you have so much time to think all sorts of things go
I
around in your mind.
know.
Go on at what's happening. Go on and tell me what
For
you're
me,
thinking.
I'm just thinking that we need to spend some time and reach out to one another, reach out to persons that we're probably not hearing that might seem to be a little silent. This is not an easy time for any of us. And there are people that we care about that we probably don't talk to every day. But I mean, if you could just send a little email, make a little call, send a little WhatsApp, just to ensure that everybody's in a positive headspace, because it's not necessarily a good time mentally for everybody, you know. So I'm just thinking it's easy, it's better for us if we kind of just try to reach out to each other during this time, you know. Yeah. Sal, what are you thinking, Sal?
Yeah.
Oh, Sal.
Yeah, Sal.
Wow, yeah. Well, today is my daughter's birthday, as I said, and she turned 26 today. So it really has you thinking in this time about death. Still pregnant and still going through labor. So it's all a cycle, and I want to reach out to all those women out there who are having babies at this time. And my prayers and thoughts are with you. Make it safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would, what I'm thinking is that we need to not forget to laugh, right? Even though it's horrible, we need to give ourselves some time to laugh and enjoy. I had my birthday online. I had all my friends come in and we had a laugh. And I didn't feel guilty about it, because at the end of the day, when you finish that laughter, if you take 2 hours just to sit with friends and share stories, you're forced to remember the reality that we're in. So please, people, don't forget to laugh, especially with your kids. Find some time to sit with them and you all share old stories, you play games, but do find that time to find your joy.
Yeah.
Well, we're in a mood of sharing and thing, and I think moving along from Camille's point, gratitude and forgiveness. And yesterday, actually, I reached out to some people that I wouldn't say we weren't talking, because I mean, that sounds so childish, but I reached out to them because there's a big gap, and I just sent love, and I just reached out and said to stay safe, and sending love to not only them, but their families and so on. And they responded on cue. So it really bridges a wonderful gap, you know, that we need to keep that connectivity again, as Vaughan had said, and it moved into what the other said. And gratitude and forgiveness, we can use this time, this reflective time, to bring that up to the top of your do list.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Sure.
I was thinking that Donald Trump is a madman. How he could withhold funds from the WHO at this time of in this kind of crisis, from this kind of pandemic crisis? That's what I'm thinking. What is going on with America? What is going on with Donald Trump? And I mean, of course, we know that he's not, well, I don't want to say anything because I still have my visa. But this man is making some kind of decisions that I think that will affect the whole of America. And we all have family in America. And yeah, that's been going through my mind a lot. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, people? How you could take
it won't just affect America, it will affect the entire world.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
they provide 50% of the spend. And so that's a great bit of money that is being blocked. Yeah.
Yeah, my thoughts on this whole thing is, thoughts on that this gentleman thinks logically. That's it. That's the assumption we make.
That's it. Did you see his press conferences yesterday? They are...
Yeah, mad. They're crazy.
Yeah.
He buffing everybody in the press conference.
Yeah,
the man is going overboard.
I don't miss them, you know, it's reality TV at its best. I don't miss them. I tune in every afternoon because you never know who he's going to buff and what he's going to say. He says, I have the power to do what the president has the power to do. I had to write that line down. That's the best.
Yeah.
And then one person got on Pull back. I said, no, you don't have all that power, President. I love Cuomo. I love the Governor Cuomo. I think he's wonderful.
Andrew.
He's telling him, you don't have Andrew Cuomo. He's wonderful. I think
what I like about
crazy over there.
What I like about Cuomo is Cuomo tells you this. He says, okay, this is my opinion. You don't have to believe me. Blah, 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 blah. Then he goes, but this is the truth. So you have to hear me. He's very, very clear about what his opinion is and what the truth is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
Anything on social media out there, y'all?
Well, guys, we lost all our viewers. There's something about the connection that's not working, and we lost all of our viewers. So we didn't even get to see the questions, not even seeing the viewers. So what we'll have to hope that they actually log in after to see the rest of this. Yeah, we lost our viewers.
Are we still live in the sense that is it that it's important too, because they could still be seeing
us. Yes, we're fine. Just continue. We're good.
We're
good.
Right. Good. I can send a message to Flo. Send a message to Flo to fix our internet in the whole of Trinidad. Thank you.
Not only Flo. But anyway, people,
you know what I want to add here? Quickly, because or they have a history, come up with some words that they could just WhatsApp you to say, well, they need help.
Yeah.
And that could just be between you
code.
and that person. Just information I thought really, really helpful.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You mentioned it yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
good.
that's it, folks. Thanks to all those who watch and took part. Please, we want you, our viewers, to join us. Send us comments, voice notes, video clips, thoughts, perspective, anything you want us to talk about, any bacchanal. We want to talk about the Mr. Man who called there was a drama. I'm sure you all saw the memes and saw the video, and the Mr. Man who come out and went to get lawyer letter to the man that he get out of the Cora. Bacchanal and drama, it's always happening in Trinidad. Right? But anyway, we going. Email us, people. What do you have to say? Thanks to Natasha Thomas for sending her video clip. Thank you. That was wonderful.
And thanks to OMG crew down in Canupia, Stephen Duval, for making this possible. Today we leave you with the music of Irfan Al and his Soca Global to Life. It is directed by Stephen M. Taylor. Before we go, each one of you ladies, give your farewell greeting. Thank you.
From Camille in Trinidad, in Maracas Valley.
So, see you later.
Bye, guys.
It's real.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Love you, all my family in America. I love all you. Thank all my friends, everybody for listening and viewing and giving your comments. Love all you bad. Bye, everybody. People join us at the same time tomorrow. We're on tomorrow at the same place. Sign in to OMG on Facebook. Thank you again, everyone. And as we always say at OMG,
let's be kind to each
Link the iTunes category now. Tell you some of them that I stop the thing, but I come out chat about.